Told you that the choices you make every single day, the food you eat for breakfast, the clothes you wear to work, the fuel you put in your car, are an illusion. Welcome back to the briefing room. Before we pull back the curtain on how global power actually operates, go ahead and hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a briefing on how the world secretly works. Think about your last trip to the grocery store. You stood in the aisle, looking at dozens of different brands of cereal, coffee, or meat. You compared prices, read labels, and made a conscious choice. But if you trace the ingredients in those products backward through the global supply chain, the illusion of choice completely evaporates. You discover that almost every road leads to the exact same place. 4 massive, quiet conglomerates that control the fundamental bottlenecks of human survival. They are known in high finance circles as the ABCD companies: ADM, Bunge, Cargill, and Louis Dreyfus. You will almost never see their logos on a grocery store shelf, a clothing tag, or a television commercial. They don't care about consumer branding. Instead, they operate entirely in the shadows of the global economy, controlling up to 90% of the entire global grain trade, alongside massive shares of the world's sugar, coffee, edible oils, and transport infrastructure. They didn't build this empire by creating better products. They built it by mastering the unyielding physics of global logistics and buying up the world's physical choke points. They own the deep water ports in South America. They own the cross-continental railways in North America. They own the massive fleet of ocean vessels crossing the Atlantic, the grain elevators dotting the countryside, and the processing plants that turn raw biomass into food, fabric, and fuel. Because they own the physical infrastructure of trade, they possess something far more valuable than land or money: total information dominance. Long before a government realizes a drought is going to destroy a wheat crop or a conflict is going to block a shipping lane, these companies already know. Their private satellite networks and logistics data track global weather patterns and cargo flows in real time. This brings us to the ultimate macroeconomic reality of how these giants operate. When global supply chains break, when inflation spikes, and when the world enters a state of geopolitical crisis, the average consumer suffers. But for the masters of the bottleneck, a crisis is the ultimate business model. Because when supply becomes scarce, the value of controlling the gate skyrockets. They aren't just logistics companies anymore. They are the world's most powerful financial institutions, trading commodities futures using data that no traditional Wall Street firm could ever hope to access. In the modern global economy, true power doesn't belong to the brands you see on display. True power belongs to the invisible middlemen who control the choke points of human existence. If this briefing changed how you look at the world around you, please support the channel by liking this video, sharing it to help spread the word, and subscribing to the briefing room. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next briefing.